I've been making Christmas sleds to sell on the marketplace, started to think about what to do next, and I decided to challenge myself to make another one, barely smaller, all the same parts, but from a single 2x4, and it turned out amazing. Here's a Christmas sled decoration that you can make for about $3 or the price of your local 2x4s. To be able to manage this, I had to be smart with how I use the wood, starting by the length of the ski and how to make the curved parts. I did a few quick tracings to make sure I'll have enough wood, and I started with the skis. I cut it out on the miter saw so the rest is square, then cut 11 inches for the middle braces and ripped into 2x2s. Since this bit is a bit short to rip on the table saw, I used my gripper, which makes it pretty safe compared to pushing an 11-inch piece through with a push stick. Now for the seat, I have to do some trickery to have enough wood, and I'm managing this by resawing the remaining 2x4 into 1x4s. Make sure to keep the same face against the fence if you do that, and you'll get great results. Now that all the table saw work is done, on the bandsaw I separate the two skis. Go slow for this, else you'll have a ton of sanding to make the cut smooth. I gave those a little sanding, making sure to shape up the tips and make them look natural. For the braces, I'm using the short 2x2s from earlier and drilling them from the top, kind of like pocket holes would do. I could have used those, but no one will see this. The seat will cover it. Please like and subscribe if you want more build videos like this. It really helps my channel to reach a ton of new people. Thanks to all subscribers. For the fun part where the rope and feet go, I'm using a piece of 1x4. Make sure not to waste any, the rest is used for the seats. I measured about 4 inches of overhang on each side and cut it on the miter saw. That will leave you enough for the remaining pieces. Using a piece of paper to free trace the shape I want, I cut it out, then replicate it on the other side and cut it on the bandsaw. Cut the remaining longest 1x4 in half and cut the third one to match. Set them on a sled like this with about equal space on top and bottom. Using the lid of a 5-gallon bucket, trace the bottom and top edges of the sled so the top is a circle and the bottom is like a fishtail. On the bandsaw, carefully cut those out. For the last sanding session, I'm making sure the tips and base of the seats are nice and smooth, no sharp corners, same for the footrest area. Using a 3/8 drill bit, add the handle holes on each side of the footrest. I'll fish a rope through that later and tie knots behind. The base, like all my other sleds, I'm doing red. One good coat. For the seat, I'm using wood ager, a stain that looks awesome on outdoor decorations. Align the planks on the sled, drill 1 hole per plank per cross support, and screw ideally with brown deck screws for a great result. To help pass the rope through the small holes, I use some masking tape. That's it for the sled. It's not as big as the last one I made, but it looks awesome for being made from a single 2x4. And I can fetch as much money on the marketplace. Check out the other sled video if you want to compare designs. Thanks for watching and see you next time.